Hi there, I'm sharing divine guidance today. Please use your discernment to know if this reading is for you or not. If you would like to see the full reading, please go to YouTube. That's where most of the longer readings are. I usually just post a 1-minute short on TikTok. So if you haven't followed my YouTube account, please do so. Kristen Duffy Velasco under betweenbothworlds.com. So let's take a deep breath in. Releasing the concerns of the day. Just know that you are loved, protected, guided, supported by your ancestors and Archangel Michael. And these messages are for your highest and greatest good. And so it is. So I'm using the Divine Masters deck. First one out is a divine mission. So this would be for those who, this would be a confirmation for you that you're on a divine mission. This is you taking enlightened action as well as making choices from the heart space, okay? Making decisions from a place of love. This is Dwal Kul as the master that's being presented in this card, okay? All right, so many of you are on a divine mission. All right, so let's get more information. Bridget. All right, so this is really talking about the inner fire. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. So doing something that you love, something that you feel passionate about, something that is going to lead you to help others and guide others, right? As part of your mission here. Let's see. Bridget also really does a lot of work with all the elements. And next we have Isis. So this is like reclaiming your magic, okay? This is calling your power back and what is rightfully yours, okay? So this is, again, like stepping into your power, understanding that you're here to serve a greater purpose as part of your divine mission. Next, we have Thoth, which is divine magic, okay? So this is like the teacher awakens, the student becomes the master. So this is you applying what you've learned and putting it to good use. And you're being asked to call your power back, okay? Because you are someone who has a lot of divine knowledge, okay? Melchizedek. So this is you experiencing higher learning. This is you committing to your vision through study. So many of you may be guided to kind of experience other things, maybe go to different places, watch certain videos, tune into certain books, that kind of thing. In order to gain that higher wisdom and knowledge, okay? Rama and Sita might be very relevant for you. This talks about a holy union, okay? So this talks about like a soulmate connection as well as like a romantic opportunity coming in for you. And then bottom of the deck energy is Mary Magdalene. This is talking about a sacred vessel, and this is talking about you're the answer and you're being guided to your purpose, okay? So that is the divine advice and guidance at this time. So we're going to use a little tarot and see if we can add to this message. Divine mission. Awesome, huh? We have the High Priestess comes out to clarify the divine mission. All right, this is again like strong spiritual gifts. Again, learning and having access to the wisdom and knowledge, right? In order to anchor in like prosperity, harmony, balance, as well as balancing and integrating the shadow and the light, as well as working with the intuition and guidance that you receive. Okay, so, and again, like this is Isis, okay? Also, if you can see, there's like heavy Isis energy here. Yeah, this is you having like a very, like the seed of life, like knowing how to create, and you're meant to, as part of your mission, is co-create with the universe, okay? Co-create with God. There's a high mission here. I do have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is like you connecting with your higher self. This is you meditating, finding peace, resting, recuperating, and tapping in so that you can be led to your purpose. Okay, so this is like receiving information, like taking that time out to just kind of like receive the downloads, receive the information. You may see things like visions, dreams, astral travel, like all the things. Okay, and this is you know, you connecting with this higher energy, higher access to this energy, and it's for your purpose. Okay, Isis, reclaiming magic. We have the Seven of Cups. So this is really talking about, like, there's a lot of different choices. There's a lot of confusion. I feel like there's been a lot of illusions and fantasy when it comes to maybe you and how people perceive you, or maybe you've been kind of been put in the mix and you're starting to kind of like evolve out of that, because it is saying for you to call back your power and what is rightfully yours. So it's almost like you removing yourself from the distractions and focusing on what you're here to focus on. Okay, so I feel like there is going to be some sort of redirection for you so that you can focus and not fall for all these distractions that are going on. Okay. Okay, that's what they want to say. All right, divine magic. The teacher awakens and the student becomes the master. Okay. We have justice and the Seven of Swords. So what this is telling me is that there was some sort of experience that you had that was something of a less desired experience, right? With the Seven of Swords, this is you dealing with someone trying to win at all costs. This is something that has caused a lot of like challenges in your life. I feel like this is something that you were called to overcome and like transmute. And part of this experience was to kind of teach you certain things, right? Because the student is becoming the master. So you had to work with this energy in many different ways, mind you, okay? Because there was a lot set your way that tried to keep you from stepping into your position, okay? And so you use this energy, right, as a way of becoming a master. And then I also have justice, okay? So I feel like whatever was done, there will be fairness, balance, and retribution. I feel like there is some sort of something was decided in your favor. I feel like you chose not to retaliate regarding this experience that you've had, and you chose to let the divine and universal law play out. And as a result, like understanding those laws and how energy works and bringing love to the situation, that's how the student becomes the master, okay? You understand the laws of the universe, okay? And again, like as a high priestess, you understand it's part of the divine mission. I feel like you understood, like, this is all part of your learning, your training, your experience, so that you can be of service, okay? You gain divine knowledge as part of this process. Yeah, and here's that knowledge, the Knight of Swords. This is higher learning. This is receiving lots of information. I feel like the energy that was sent your way was really a way to grow your knowledge, your experience. This is also you gaining and seeking more knowledge as well. This is like you looking things up and maybe going somewhere to learn something or experience something. So this is really speaking to you, expanding your wisdom and knowledge. Okay. This is like you taking action towards something. And then I have the Magician. Okay, so again, like, this is creation. This is you co-creating soulmate connection, romantic opportunity coming in. This could be a twin flame union. Doesn't have to be, though. I don't really go there with a lot of my readings, so take this how it might resonate. But I would say that this is also presenting the fact that, like, you do have the ability to manifest. You do have the ability to access like divine wisdom and knowledge and create that in the physical realm. I feel like the two of you are meant to do this together as part of a divine mission, okay? I feel like part of what your experience was regarding the 2 7s here, we have 7-7. So this is again like focused on personal development, 7-7, when it comes to emotions and when it comes to thoughts, mindset. So this was kind of like an initiation. This was a way to help develop you in a sense of you like having access to certain tools, skill sets, experience, okay? So even though it was difficult, it served a purpose, okay? That's what I'm getting. Okay, and then we have the Sun card. All right, divine mission, divine purpose, okay? You are a child of the divine with the Sun card. I feel like this really talks about like, this was a growth opportunity for you. This is for your soul's growth is what I'm getting. Okay, like certain experiences you signed up for, they were part of your like your lesson plan, if you will, for your earthly experience and development. You do have a plan here. Here we have the Hermit. Yeah, I feel like this is so that like through your own experiences, you're able to share this with other people. You're meant to be a guide for others. You are someone who is meant to kind of like shine the light, show people the way, lead by example, okay? I feel like you're leading others by example. And so you had to go through what you went through so that you had the experience, and now you can share the wisdom and knowledge. So you can share this with your girlfriends, you can share what you went through with your family, you can, you know, publish what you've experienced, whatever works for you. I have the 10 of Wands. I feel like you now have the ability to kind of like release the burden of what you've experienced. Like you no longer have to do this alone, or maybe you felt like you were doing this alone, but I feel like now there's going to be some sort of relief coming in. I feel like you don't need to take the burdens of the past with you, okay? This is you calling your power back and what is rightfully yours. Like, you're no longer accepting other people's shit, okay? Regardless of how they want to try to trick you with the illusions, with the options, the choices, the confusion, the rose-colored glasses. Like, you now realize like what's theirs and what's yours. You no longer take on other people's burdens. Okay, and then I have, yeah, the Page of Cups and Page of Swords. Clarifying divine magic and the 7 of Swords and justice. So yeah, I feel like somebody, because of the action that they took to try to win at all costs and all the defamation, slander, lying, you know, trying to do things behind your back, thinking you're never going to find out. I feel like they may have some sort of emotional response now that they're watching you and seeing things for, you know, for what they truly are. I feel like there's some sort of observation. There's some sort of like looking into something. There's some sort of like, maybe you're speaking some sort of truth here. I feel like they may have said some things about you saying like you didn't have this insight, this intuition, this ability, or you don't know what you're talking about, or the experience you said you had, you didn't actually have. And so they tried to like get away with shit behind your back. I feel like there's a bit of regret regarding this. I feel like the truth is being exposed. I feel like people are observing the fact that like this person was really immature, or whatever the situation was, it was handled poorly. I feel like there's an energy here that is going to, there's some sort of like accountability here in some way, shape, or form. Okay. I feel like there's things that are shared, right, that would not otherwise be known. And so it's almost like, yeah, and then I have Judgment. Yeah. there's karma playing out for whoever kind of came against you. All right. I feel like there's been some sort of like judgment on how this person handled themselves, and it was extremely immature, and it's all page energy. So I feel like, you know, they're being seen in the environment for who they truly are. So whatever kind of narrative they spun on you, I feel like that's kind of like they may have to change their tune, or there's some sort of like people are awakening to the fact of who this person truly is. And I feel like your character stands out regardless. Like whatever story they were spinning, I feel like people see this person for who they truly are, or they see the situation for what it truly was. Okay. Yeah. There was definitely like some sort of scandal, some sort of like victim mindset. Like this person played the victim. In fact, like you were the one that was the victim in the situation. Okay. And so I feel like that's why judgment and justice is here. I feel like this person played the victim, and they continue to put themselves in this kind of a situation because of their toxic ways. Okay. Their codependency, their shadow, their unhealed trauma. I feel like this person pretends to be helpless, trapped, restricted, and there's some sort of scandal that's coming to light regarding all of this. And I feel like you chose not to take any action towards any of this, and you let the divine handle it. And I feel like that was also part of your lesson here. Yeah. I feel like this person operated from a place of ego and pride. And this is something that is like on a repeat kind of situation. Like, I feel like you saw this in this person and understood I feel like you recognized the limitations. And so you accepted things for what they were, and you moved on gracefully, mind you. Okay. All right. This is like you not operating from a place of pride either, right? So it's like you didn't let your pride get in the way of your progress, your development. I feel like this person chose a karmic partner over you. They chose the shadow. Okay. They chose to feed their ego. They chose to operate in a place of ego. And this is something that this person continually does. Like, I feel like regardless of who they're with, they tend to, again, I pick up on this a lot, is like triangulate, right? I feel like this person knows that what they did to you was wrong, but I don't feel like there's been any accountability. And as a result, like, that's why there's some sort of divine justice playing out here. I do feel like there is some sort of like fear, anxiety, like constantly being like constant thoughts that are like on repeat about like how and what was done in the dynamic of your relationship, and maybe how and all the things that they did behind the scenes that they don't want to get out into the public. Again, I'm picking up scandal energy here. I'm picking up that someone's in fear of the truth being revealed about what truly happened behind the scenes. Okay, and how they tried to destroy someone that was meant to be a partner to them. Yeah, I feel like they chose somebody for money. Okay, I feel like there is some sort of like gold digger energy here with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like through this process, though, you gained some sort of understanding of your worth and your value. And I feel like because of that, that bruised this person's ego, and they retaliated against you. And they worked with someone else to do it. Okay, a Queen of Cups is who they worked with. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I think this person is two-faced. Okay, they present one way and are really the other way behind the scenes. Okay, they're very two-faced. Okay, so I feel like they're pretending that everything is fine. I feel like there is some sort of like like they pretend like their relationship's great on the outside, but on the inside it's like not going well. I do feel though you are manifesting a happy life with a partner, a soulmate, one that puts family first, one that doesn't put money over love. Cups represent love. I feel like you've used this experience to learn the lessons you needed to learn so that you can manifest your best life. And I believe you're doing that as part of a holy union. Okay, romantic opportunity coming in. Okay, so I feel like, you know, that's also part of what's disturbing this past energy that justice and judgment's out for, because they tried to ruin any type of forward movement or happiness in your life. Okay, and so they took action against you that violated universal law. And meanwhile, you didn't take any action against them. You didn't retaliate. You simply learned how to work with the energy to protect and defend, okay? And I feel like you gained a lot of wisdom and knowledge in this process, and has elevated you to a position of authority, as well as like almost like you're highly ranked. I am getting like highly ranked here with the Mary Magdalene. Like you're being guided to your purpose now. I feel like you've ascended through this process. I feel like you will not be accepting any kind of like, yeah, they prevented you from having a new beginning. They didn't want you to have a new beginning with anybody else. They didn't want you to succeed. They didn't want you to have a new relationship, have new, growing opportunities, whether you have a business or some sort of side hustle. I feel like they tried to prevent you from going into union with somebody, okay, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. They didn't want you to have a new beginning. In fact, they didn't want you to actually move on from them, okay? But I feel like you kept at something. You kept like focused, devoted, regardless of what they sent your way. You used that energy to build, okay? I feel like this energy is lost, okay? So I feel like they will not have a new beginning with you. There is an offer that will not be accepted. They're also blocked from having access to you because of this union that's coming in, that's destined for you as well. I have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're very stable, you're very secure. You're very abundant in your own right. You're someone who like can create something out of nothing, okay? I feel like whatever you experience, like you created something from it. I am getting Earth Angel vibes, so this is you being able to transmute and alchemize energy. And I feel like whatever energy was sent your way, you and your team used it to build something from it, regardless of what this energy wanted to stop you or not. Earth sign energy here. I feel like, you know, this is you having, you know, stability in your life. I feel like you also speak the truth. You have a strong integrity. You cut people out that are trying to mess with your peace. You have a very strong discernment, okay? You're meant to speak and connect with the divine and share this information in some way, shape, or form. The Queen of Swords is again like the communicator of the deck here. So this is you like having the ability to share like your subconscious consciousness. I'm getting like you have this high position, like she's in the clouds, so her ability to reach information that is outside of the earthly realm is strong here. And this is almost like what maybe something you do, something you share, something that you research, gain wisdom on. There is some sort of like tapping into ancient wisdom and knowledge here that you are sharing or learning about. Like you could be part of a group that you're learning about this stuff. There is the Ace of Cups, so I feel like this is divine love. This is you doing things from a place of love. Like you're someone who's meant to be here to share this on a grand scale, on a bigger scale. Like you're meant to like share love, right? Create that kind of like ripple effect. Okay, it starts with you. I feel like there is this, like, again, soulmate connection that's coming in. It's a blessing. This is something that you have earned. Okay, this is like, you're very deserving. And so the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups is this soulmate holy union coming in. Okay, that is unconditional love here. That is the Holy Grail is coming in for you. Okay, I feel like this is something that you know, are deserving of. And then I have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this is, again, like you having emotional and financial stability, security, abundance, being able to help those with your wisdom, with your knowledge, with your experience, and with your love. Like, this is what a holy union does, is it has this abundance to be shared with humanity. And so you're meant to co-create with humanity. You're meant to co-create with the divine. Okay. And right now you might be doing a lot of this stuff alone, but I'm getting that, like, that won't be for long. I feel like this is kind of coming in fast for you. And this is, you know, an opportunity to share your wealth of knowledge, experience, and love, and your guidance on a very grand scale for some of you. And this is a blessing coming in, okay? I feel like that is part of the justice, because I feel like the opposition here worked really hard to take all of this from you. And maybe for a while they were able to kind of like redirect it back to them, but it was only for a short while did the divine let that happen. And so you were able to use that experience for you to learn, right? And so you learned what you needed to learn here. Okay, which is beautiful. I feel like this energy is now regretting all the ill will that they sent your way. The Nine of Cups in reverse is saying, like, everything that they poured into is now pouring out. Okay, and so instead of them pouring into themselves and working on themselves, they were too busy pouring and drinking and partying and making investments that were not from a place of love. And all it really led them to was some sort of, you know, extreme lack, extreme loss, some sort of like difficulty, you know, potentially even like affected their mental capacity. I feel like there was a lot done here that may have created some sort of like mental instability, emotional instability. I feel like there's some sort of like, there needs to be some sort of healing here regarding this energy. I feel like whatever they invested in did not bring them what they thought they were going to get from the situation. I feel like somebody could be over drinking. Someone could be using substances to numb. I feel like this is also like, be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. Yeah, and then I have another 9, which is the 9 of Wands. This person feels like, you know, the wounded warrior, the one who's been beaten, battered, and bruised. And this is kind of like what they wished for you, okay? So they are now receiving this. They are now receiving the energy that they wished on you. And that is part of the justice. And so this is like karma with the Judgment card here, where you're being blessed, you're being guided to continue doing what you're doing. You're meant to help, you know, people on a larger scale. You have a holy union coming here. You have like a business or career that's taking off. And this is all kind of happening fast, okay? So things are going to pick up for you. So if you have some sort of career situation going on, I feel like there's going to be movement when it comes to that. Okay, I feel like you're moving away from this energy over here that you've dealt with. You're moving to calmer waters where this energy is going to experience, you know, what it feels like to be you know, battered, bruised, you know, tethered clothing, not having, you know, any kind of material wealth, because that is what they did all this for, was for money, for greed, for their ego and pride. I feel like that is the lesson they're going to learn, is what it's like to suffer for not having any of those things because of the action they took against you and the collective, okay? Yeah, with a third party. So I'm getting like, I feel like they celebrated too soon, all right? They celebrated your demise a bit too soon, okay? And I feel like this third party is going to somehow kick this energy out. I feel like there's some sort of like, the third party is moving on and leaving them behind. They very much could be entertaining somebody else or others. There is the outcome of a 10 of Swords. So this really talks about like the ultimate betrayal, the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate blessing in disguise, right? Depending on how you look at this card and how you look at the experience. Like, the lesson being learned here is a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing in disguise for you because you were removed from the situation, and as a result, like, you went through a healing process and healed things in your life from your experiences that maybe you would have never dealt with. And as a result, it puts you on a different path, a divine path. Like, it was initiation. It was a catalyst for your spiritual awakening. And I feel like some of that's going to happen over here at some point. But things are still unfolding, and things are kind of coming to like a dark night of the soul, if you will, like people hitting rock bottom over here, so that there can be healing, so that there can be some sort of like temperance when it comes to how they handle themselves, how they handle and work with others, and how they handle relationships that they're in with other people, because there wasn't any temperance here. There wasn't any balance here. There wasn't any harmony here. In fact, there was a lot of action taken to really create a lot of chaos and conflict. And they worked with many people to do this. And so sometimes the biggest way for change is uncomfortable. And I feel like someone, including this group, is going to be made uncomfortable for the sake of their own growth and development. And I feel like you've gone through this enlightenment process, the spiritual awakening process, and you know, you're definitely being guided towards your higher calling here. And so right now you're someone who works for the divine, and so you're being guided away from this energy while they learn their lessons. Okay, you can't be involved in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so that's what's happening. Okay, that's what's happening. Whew. Let's see. I feel like, you know, sometimes like we learn the hard way, right? Like sometimes we don't listen to the guidance, we don't listen to our intuition. Sometimes our 3D reality gets the best of us, and we forget that we're here to learn. Sometimes, you know, it's best sometimes to kind of like not always have to be right, and to choose. Yeah, we have some sort of light activation here too. So again, standing in your light. So this is you choosing the higher road in this situation. And I feel like both groups here are going to be used as an example, okay, for others to kind of like learn from. And so that's how like that ripple effect is created, right? Like through that process, like people learn by having like things kind of play out in front of them. And so that's really what's going on here. There is some sort of like ego death here, some sort of major ending here, so that something new can begin. So I feel like this relates to like a cycle. This relates to how people have been operating. This results to how humanity has been operating. And so it's kind of time to make change. Okay, change is upon us on a major scale. All right. And so it's time to bring love into the situation, okay? Speaking of love, sending you guys lots of love, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon.